Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Aditi,
Yes, sir.
very interesting places in your tab. Gorakhpur, Sant Kabir Nagar, Kushinagar.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes.
Apart from Kushinagar, how many places can you recall connected to the life of Gautam Buddha?
Sir, in Uttar Pradesh,
Anywhere.
sir, there is Lumbini in Nepal. There is Shravasti in UP, in eastern UP itself. There is Sarnath, again in eastern UP. There is Siddharth Nagar, Gautam Buddha Nagar in eastern UP in the Terai region. Sorry, sir, Siddharth Nagar in the.
Okay.
Sir, these are the some.
What about Bodh Gaya?
Sir, Bodh Gaya.
What's the significance of Bodh Gaya?
Sir, Bodh Gaya is where Gautam Buddha meditated for
Under a tree.
before
tree is it?
he got. Sir, I'm not sure of the tree.
Want to make a guess?
Sir, I'm not sure of the tree.
It's a people tree or Indian banyan. Anyway, now with your background in economics,
Yes, sir.
whenever politics and economics mix, nothing good comes out of it. Do you agree?
No, sir, I do not agree to that. It has to be seen on a case-by-case basis.
Broadly speaking,
Broadly speaking, it is the politics that gives teeth to economics, because economics suggests the steps that should be taken and politics implements those steps. So productive relationship between the two is also possible, as we're seeing now that we're moving towards following golden principle of fiscal discipline and increasing capital expenditure. So that could be seen as a way of positive collaboration of economics and politics.
I remember a statement by our finance minister 2-3 years back, just after COVID, the third wave or whatever wave of COVID. She was talking about Indian economy, the health of Indian economy,
Yes, sir.
by number of passenger cars sold.
Yes.
And she was lamenting the fact that enough cars are not being sold. Now, how can in a country like ours, how is the number of cars sold, how does that reflect the health of the economy? Does it?
Sir, number of passenger car is a very good indicator to reflect the status of consumption demand in the economy, and especially for the broad-based consumption demand by the middle income category. So if the consumption goes down, then the sale goes down. So that's how it is related.
Doesn't economics by default leave out the poor?
No, sir, it does not leave out the poor by default.
Study of poverty in economics is only a sort of afterthought. Am I right or wrong?
Sir, poverty is very much the fundamental goal of economics in the development economics field. So tackling issues like poverty and inequality have been always been at the forefront for economists and politics to deal with.
Poverty and hunger, etc., deprivation,
Yes, sir.
should they be more the subject matter of economics or of sociology?
Sir, economics and sociology are itself interrelated. So the economics is a social science. So there is a bit of both sociology and economics.
All right, my last question now. Again, it's my understanding.
Yes.
Do you think economics as a subject is sort of almost completely male dominated?
Sir, this year's Nobel Prize was a female economist.
One exception does not, they're saying in English, no, that one swallow does not make a summer.
Yes, sir. So it has been male dominated in the past, but the change takes time, and we have female economists in India as well and on the global stage.
How many women have won the Nobel for economics?
Sir, 3 till now.
3.
Yes, sir.
When did the Nobel Prize start for economics?
Sir, I'm not sure of the exact year, but it was in the later half of the 20th century.
Okay, my last question connected to this.
Yes, sir.
Does economics as a subject seriously look at the gender biases in the economy?
Gender biases in the labor force.
Economy in general? Or does it deliberately leave out women?
Sir, it does not deliberately leave out women.
But it does leave out women.
Sir, understanding labor market and dynamics of gender.
Labor force participation rate is very small part of it. I am
Yes,
talking about
sir.
economics as a subject in general.
Sir, there's no specific focus on gender and economics as a subject as a whole.
Done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aditi Chhaparia.
Yes.
You have studied, I saw from your depth, in Mayo College Girls' School.
Yes.
How it can be college as well as school?
Sir, it was actually Mayo College Ajmer, which was
Okay.
the boys' school next to Mayo College Girls' School. And the Mayo College Ajmer was established in 1875. And Mayo College Girls' School was in addition to that, and it was established in 1970s. So, which is why the name Girls' School was added to Mayo College.
Why they call it college?
Sir, at that time, in 1870s, it was named like that, Mayo College.
Any reason may be there for why instead of naming it school, they call it college.
Sir, I'm not sure of the exact reason.
So all big princely states are associated with these institute. They say this was started by all the Maharajas and on different.
Yes, sir, it was established with the princely states and Lord Mayo together in 1870s, and currently in the board there are certain members of these erstwhile princely states.
Do you think these type of schools create a different category in itself, like they are above some other schools? What is your take on that?
Sir, the facilities provided in these schools are definitely more than other schools in the country. However, they do not train the students in the way that they feel any difference in themselves. The training makes us humble students, and the kind of activities that we do there keeps us connected very much to the outside world of outside our school. So,
Because it sends a signal as if it is for a very elite, high class of society, not for a person from a common or middle class family can go there. Is it so?
Sir, there is no biases inside the school, so anyone who wants to join can join based on. There's no discrimination in admitting students in the school.
Sri Ram College of Commerce was recently in news 1 or 2 days before. You know why?
Sir, no, sir, I don't know the.
Stadium was inaugurated there.
Sir, I'll read up about it.
Arun Jaitley, in the name of Mr. Arun Jaitley, former finance minister, he was associated with this college.
Yes, sir, he was from.
Alumni of the SRCC.
He was the alumni of SRCC.
Okay. You tell me, you come from Gorakhpur.
Yes.
What is this? Gorakhpur is an important city now. Chief Minister is from there. What is the famous that Gorakh Mutt is there? And what is the main ideology of that mutt? You have been to that mutt?
Sir, I've been to the Gorakhnath temple.
What have you learnt about it?
Sir, it follows Shaivism, and it is related to the Nath Sampradaya started by Gorakhnath himself, and their ideology is basically following a disciplined lifestyle and believing in hard work to go closer to God. So that is their main ideology, as per my limited knowledge.
Okay. Your father has his own business. Yes. What he is doing?
So he's a yarn trader, artificial yarn trader.
In Gorakhpur itself?
He trades from Gorakhpur, but across India.
So what is the future of yarn industry? What do you think, being in having an economic background, what is the future of this industry in India, yarn industry? More demand likely to come, or it will, what is your, yes, please.
Sir, India is very much focusing on the textile industry and becoming the garment manufacturer for the world. So in that regard, yarn industry has a very promising future. However, there are certain bottlenecks such as competition with other countries and high import duties in the industry, which increases the cost of production. So there are steps being taken for the same. For example, the PLI scheme in the textile industry will definitely give a boost to the yarn market as well. So it does have a promising future.
Are we exporting or importing? It is being used as a raw material for making textile clothes. Huh?
Yes.
So are we getting yarn from outside, or we are producing in?
Sir, we're producing in India itself.
Okay. Okay, you tell me, what is this economic diplomacy? IFS is your second preference. What is this economic diplomacy?
Sir, economic diplomacy refers to leveraging one's economic potential to strengthen relations with other countries. For example, integrating supply chain or signing of trade deals which are mutually beneficial for both countries. And sir, economic diplomacy can also be seen in the negative light of weaponization of economics, as China does with its rare earth. So there are both ways to look at economic diplomacy.
What is this Tier 2 diplomacy?
Sir, I'm hearing the word for the first time.
Okay, no problem. Okay, you tell me, Aditi, in your view, what is more important, intellectual integrity or financial integrity?
Sir, intellectual integrity is the root and the genesis of all other integrities, I feel. So if one has intellectual integrity, they will be true to their beliefs and they'll be true to the values that they're supposed to uphold. So that will automatically get extrapolated to financial integrity.
So do you think that person who's having intellectual integrity will definitely have financial integrity?
Sir, I believe that there's very high probability of the same. That.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, Aditi, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Resources or goods and services in an economy grow linear, while money grows exponential. What do you understand by this statement? Did you come across this?
Yes, sir. Can I take few seconds? Sir, goods and services grow linearly because they are real assets and their growth depends on the production on the factory floors and business houses. However, money grows exponentially because of the money multiplier factor and because the ease with which money exchanges within hands. So, sir, that is the difference.
So, you think now more money chasing goods? Limited goods. Did you track the money supply figures of RBI something?
Sir, I have not tracked the figures. I cannot comment on that in the present context as of today.
So money, or say inflation, is pure and pure monetary phenomena in the long run.
Sir, so there is one school of economics that believes that inflation is a purely monetary phenomena. Sir, the monetarism school led by Milton Friedman. However, the kind of present economic geopolitical situation that we're living in supply side and bottlenecks in the supply side infrastructure also plays a role in inflation, and geopolitical events like wars, etc., also impact inflation.
But they are all like 6 months, 3 months, 1 year. What is explaining the inflation of compared to 10 years, 5 years down the line? It is pure and pure monetary phenomenon.
But in the long term, yes, it's a monetary phenomenon.
Okay, anyway, going to the next topic. Chinese real estate. There also more money chasing limited resources. Do you see such thing happening in Indian urban real estate?
Sir, the growth in the urban real estate and the construction sector has been high, as we've also seen in the NSO's second estimate. So, in my opinion, the supply side is also working in this field. So, in the near future, at least, I don't expect to see a phenomena where too much money is chasing lesser urban estate in India.
Okay. So, with respect to the GST and income tax,
Yes.
or direct taxes, corporate tax, or all these, India is still one of the highest taxing countries. So, what do you think the optimal tax rate for GST or the direct tax in India, so that it can boost investments?
So the optimal tax rate will differ in different sectors and amongst different classes of the group of the society. So based on that and based on facts and figure, I think it will be more appropriate to calculate the optimal tax rate. I have very limited knowledge to determine that at the moment.
Okay. So one last question. So there is a global economic slowdown going on, and you are talking about monetarists and schools of thought. What would monetarists tell the cause of this slowdown? What would a Keynesian tell about this slowdown?
So a Keynesian will say that it is an issue of aggregate demand, and the economies need to increase their government expenditure to support aggregate demand and help the economy come out of the recession.
You are telling the solution. Next, monetarists.
The monetarists will, however, say that it is a monetary policy phenomena, and the government need to be non-interventionist and wait for the market to play its own role and the recession to go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, Aditi. Yeah, so do you see that we are reaching the world of the end of globalization or re-globalization, or what would you like to call it?
Ma'am, in my personal opinion, I feel the wave of deglobalization are just temporary hiccups, because the economy is already so deeply ingrained with each other in supply chain that I do not see any end of globalization or deglobalization. However, there are policies that show that we will move towards friendshoring and making globalization safer for the countries by integrating our economies with more reliable countries or increasing our domestic capacity. But I wouldn't say deglobalization will happen.
Okay, fair enough. We are following the path of inclusive, equitable growth and development, right? But when I saw the pre-Ambani wedding bash, I don't know whether, what are we trying to show with that? And do you think, apart from what we see, was there lots of stuff going on behind the scenes which you may have been able to gauge as an economist?
Ma'am, firstly, I would say that events like these are in cognizance with the policy of Wed in India. So even though it was a large show, there were many international figures who arrived in India and they witnessed India's hospitality firsthand. So it will definitely give a good name to India's tourism sector in the global economy. And ma'am, secondly, even from consumption demand point of view, Jamnagar's economy will also get a boost with such weddings. So, ma'am, purely from economics point of view, if I have to say, events like these give a boost to local economy and lead to transfer of wealth from the high end to the lower end of the society.
Transfer of wealth, and isn't not conspicuous consumption. You said, okay, boost tourism. On the one hand, we also had an unfortunate incident in Jharkhand, right? So is that going to boost our tourism?
Ma'am, that will definitely...
This is needed to boost tourism.
Upgrading domestic infrastructure and our law and order.
Right, so conspicuous consumption alone will not boost tourism.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I see you've done very interesting work in your on what you've got medals. So, what is project at solving food muddle in space?
Ma'am, so the food muddle in space refers to the host of issues that we have with food consumption in space. And our project specifically was aimed at solving the issue of providing enough calories to astronauts in the space. So, considering long travel space missions, astronauts have to carry food for several months. And given the limited space that they can carry food in, we planned a method to convert indigestible cellulose into glucose. So the same amount of food would reduce wastage and provide more calories.
So is this the same requirement for men and women?
Ma'am, calories requirement would be similar for both men and women.
It would be similar. Yeah. And would you have liked to see a woman selected as one of the astronauts?
Ma'am, definitely I would have liked to see that.
Still a long way from that, right?
Yes.
For getting to gender equality. And you're a boxer as well. So what do you see? Do you see any gender bias there in this field, which is a very masculine sport?
Ma'am, of late in the 21st century, I think boxing has become more gender neutral, because even in international tournaments now, for example, Olympics for women's boxers and Asian championships have been opened up for women. So now legendary boxers like Mary Kom and Lovlina Borgohain are definitely tackling those gender biases and taking India also on that global stage.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, what is new about Gita Press, Gorakhpur?
Sir, new as in any...
Yes, what has happened in the last year or two?
Sir, firstly, digitization has happened, and now a lot of the books that were published are now available digitally. And sir, secondly, in the event of inauguration of Ram Mandir, Gita Press also provided Ramcharitmanas digitally for free. So these are the some.
There's a new influx of money and infrastructure.
Okay.
Even in physical forms, आप digital पे हैं. Even physical forms, it had not been doing well. There was very little publication. There's a lot happening. Okay, you mentioned people as being the tree under which Lord Buddha sat down.
Yes, sir.
Right? Why is it that the Hindu culture, Indian culture, let me say, okay, Hindu culture, treats people, neem and bargad as different from any other kinds of trees?
Sir, I do not have
What
clarity.
is the botanical significance of these three? Please read about it.
Okay, sir.
There's a reason. Okay, there's a reason. All right. Tell me, why is when you say gold, there was gold demand is rising. All of a sudden, gold has crossed. Is it a good or bad thing for the economy? What does it indicate about the health of the economy?
Sir, fluctuation in gold does indicate that there's instability in other sectors of the economy, because gold is perceived as a safe asset. So if the demand for gold increases, it shows that people are moving towards gold because they consider other assets to be risky.
Very, very good. All right, last couple of ones. Why is it that a very good car called Nano simply collapsed? What was wrong with Nano? Sorry, nothing was wrong with Nano. What went wrong with Nano?
Sir, I do not have much clarity on this. I'll read up more about it.
The reason why you're talking about motor cars and everything as an indicator.
Yes, sir.
Everything was going good. Lots of research, lots of design. What went wrong? Read about it, please. Okay, the CAA, which has been yesterday adopted, it's now fait accompli. All right? Certain areas have been exempt. People residing in those areas are not eligible to apply for fast track inclusion as citizens. Putting it legally. Why? What are those areas and why?
Sir, I haven't read the new policy.
Okay, let me help you there. The entire northeastern states and Lakshadweep. So why these areas?
Sir, in the northeast, there's the demand from the local people. There are concerns about their own demography. So, which is why maybe more consensus has to be formed before it could become applicable there.
Okay, let me take you on a side question. What can you tell me about the Chakma refugees and the Bru refugees?
Sir, the Bru refugees are from Mizoram, and they're currently residing, they've gone to Tripura, so, but I do not have enough clarity on their present status right.
Okay, what about Chakma?
Sir, Chakma refugees are from Nagaland, but I do not have enough clarity on that as well.
Bangladesh. Anyway, read about it. Yes. Okay? That brings us to the end of your interview. Please. All right. Thank you.
All the best.
All the best.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.